Welcome back. Man, 20 minutes goes by fast sometimes. It just astonishes me. It's as if time itself disappears. Anyway, today we're looking at the principle of keeping God, love, source first place in our experience. And interestingly, how this shows up in the first of the first commandments. It's not the seventh commandment, it's not the ninth one. It's interesting how in various spiritual systems there's a sequence or an order, and it's not random. There's an incredible genius and intelligence behind it. Now, we know the story of Moses, and he was cruising around in the mountains and had a burning bush experience we read about. And whether you believe that story or not, there are the certain 10 principles or ideas that have been passed down that came through his mind, so to speak. But there, of course, are other spiritual systems. There's the Four Noble Truths of Buddha, there's the Eight Limbs of Yoga, it goes on and on. There's all the wisdom in all the world scriptures, but some of them are arranged in a sequence. There's a number involved, and there's an incredible importance to the number. Like the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism, the first one is life is suffering. Ugh. That one's not necessarily for me. Not that I don't suffer, it's just, anyway, everybody gets an understanding of their own understanding. Then there's the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, 108 terse spiritual aphorisms that are definitely arranged in a sequence. The first great line of the Yoga Sutras is be still and know that you're God, in effect, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. But the Ten Commandments begins with the most important one, I am the Lord thy God, and you'll have no other gods before you. Wow, there's no doubt about that. How about another spiritual system that begins with the most important principle first? The 12 steps. We admitted we were alcoholics and that our lives had become unmanageable. That's one. Number one is not, hey, let's turn our lives and will over to the care of God. It's not, hey, let's make a big old inventory. Number one is number one for a reason. And the 10 Commandments, 10 great principles of living delivered to us from infinite consciousness when it connects to human consciousness. And why are we warned? Why are we made to be so cautious? Because of the unbelievably potent temptation to make something other than God into God. And it never ends, this temptation. As soon as we move on from one thing, something else will get us. And by get us, I mean consume our attention. It will, so to speak, God, us, this worldly thing will get in the way. It could be a substance, it could be money, it could be prestige, it could be drink, it could be importance, it could be something incredibly subtle. It could be getting up in the morning and turning on your news program at full blast. Have I ever done that? The reason I think the Ten Commandments and this principle has come up for me is that, with all that's going on in the world, it's like, hey, I'll just flip on my news, my particular brand, and I'll give myself a big dose of it first thing in the morning. And it's been an especially tumultuous summer, has it not? And you know me, I will not make one reference to my preference ever, because I follow the tradition that in this spiritual group, there are, what's the tradition? It says, we have no opinion on outside issues. And so I won't mention that, but I'll certainly mention my proclivity that I have my opinions and attitudes. And about a couple of days ago, I was so miserable. I was so disjointed. I was so unhappy. I was so just feeling really turbulent. It just felt like the end of the world. And it was like, well, what am I doing? Well, something got between God and myself. And so it's brutally difficult for me to not turn on the news. Oh, you're just putting your head in the sand. You're avoiding the issues. No, I'm living by the first commandment. When I'm suffering badly and I feel like the world's coming to an end, I'm doing something that's getting in the way. And it's so easy. I'll just have a little bit of news. I'll just have one drink of alcohol. I'll just have one brandy, and boy, I don't know about you guys, but I think we all have our temptations, our proclivities, our comforts, and if we miss this principle, then we suffer and we eat crap in technical terms. Anyway, that's my experience of it. What's yours? What gets in the way for you? Let me know. We'll talk about it on Friday. I love you a lot, and I hope you find this topic interesting and fertile. I'll see you tomorrow.